We have breaking news this evening out of H&W Welders as the club announces the signing of 2 central defenders. Now, for more on this story, we cross live to local reporter Eamon Murphy. And Eamon, these are 2 players with Premier League pedigree.
Thanks, now signing in for the Welders is Miles Sonar and Oliver Denham from Aston Villa and Manchester United respectively. Now, no doubt manager Aussie Villain will be hoping to unlock their full potential. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to Season 3, Episode 5 here at H&W Welders on The Impossible Dream. I hope everybody had a very, very Merry Christmas and we are back ready to, try and see how far we can take this club. Today we're playing Ballinamallard United, that team that came up with us last season, and Crusaders in the league. But before that, we've got to catch you up on the completion of the World Cup, and Belgium are World Cup champions. 3-1, they beat France in the final. Quick look at the score here. We can see that it was looked like fairly comprehensive. France didn't particularly have a good day. And there we go. Belgium are World Cup champions. We have a quick look. We left off, I think, in the quarter-final stage, wasn't it? So we can see we knew France beat Senegal, Brazil beat Bosnia, Belgium extra time against Norway, Spain knocked out England. Then if we go and have a look at the semi-finals, it was Belgium on penalties over Brazil, France on penalties over Spain, and the third place playoff was another penalty shootout, Spain beating Brazil. So that catches us up on how the World Cup played out. Morata winning the Golden Boot may be surprising. Now, we have, as you've already heard, made 2 signings since last episode, so let's have a look at those. And we have made some moves to strengthen our defence. First up is Miles Sonar, I think you would pronounce it. He was released on a free transfer from Aston Villa. Very, very decent defensively. Physically, I should say. Good positioning, which I like. Decent defensive skills. He's on £160 a week, so a little bit of cash there. But potentially, actually, he is quite good. And we can see they're never featured for Villa's first team. But hopefully he'll bring in that little bit of quality into our squad. And the other player we've signed is a name that will be familiar if you followed the Town Impossible Dream, because we signed this guy there as well. Oliver Denham has joined us again on a free transfer. This time, now was he at Cardiff permanently? Yeah, he left Manchester United, went to Cardiff, and then we snapped him up. Again, you can see physically quite good, maybe not so much in terms of strength. Decent positioning, decent teamwork. But what I particularly like, technique, tackling, passing, marking is all right there. Good anticipation as well. You can see he could fill in at right back, but not really. But yeah, so I think we've gone a long way there towards strengthening our defence. And the reason we've signed 2 of them will become obvious in a second. We've had a slight tweak in the way that we're going to be playing games. Now, there are some games to catch you up on since last episode. The first one was against Glenavon. We fell behind midway through the first half. And we're 2-0 down at half-time. Sonar pulled one back with his first for the club, before Ferguson finished a good passing move to get us a point. So there we go, back from the dead, but we did manage a point. You can see here that where we started to tweak things. I think we need 3 centre-backs. So that's the reason we've signed 2 players. Sonar with a goal on debut, I think it must have been. You can see XG suggests that we didn't necessarily deserve it, but we came back in the second half. Really, really well done. And a big, big point as well. Next up, it was the other Glenn. It was Glentoran. Dykes gave us the lead early in the second half. Glentoran pulled level. And then went in front with 10 minutes to play, before sealing the points late on. So there we go, really disappointing. We went in front after half-time and then we honestly just stopped playing. You can see here, nobody played well. It was a very, very heavily rotated side. I think there was about a day's gap between the 2 games. And yeah, it was really disappointing. Again, both fullbacks struggled. Now, I know Citizen Nev said on the Discord that he struggled to get his fullbacks playing well. If anybody has their fullbacks playing well in FM21, please let us know in the comments so we can all try and fix our fullbacks, because I don't understand. No one, even in the Sheffield Wednesday series, I cannot get my fullbacks playing well, or even just not playing well, just not being terrible consistently. But anyway, we dropped points there. It can happen. You can see recent form is very, very much trending in the wrong direction. Our game at home to Ballinamallard United
is a big one. And this is the reason for that because, well, Glenavon, who we got a point from, and Ballinamallard United are the two that are down there. We've got a nice little gap because of our decent start to the season. But thoughts of a top half finish are looking increasingly distant. And we would ideally like to... we've got two teams here that are sort of there round about with us. So Crusaders and Ballinamallard, that team. Hopefully we'll get some results here. Let's have a quick look and see what we're doing in this first game. And we can see we're expecting a 4-3-1-2, I guess. Quite a narrow formation from them. This is the team that we're sending out, and this is the way we're looking to play now. You may have noticed in the highlights of those games that Gazinga is back fit. So it's going to be Mulligan in goal. Curran, Keach, Sonar, Denham, and Foster is our back four. McQuaid and Lillis go in midfield, though you can see they're not particularly linking up well right now, which is a potential problem moving forward. Gazinga in behind, Carbo and Ferguson up top. This I think is the way we need to play. Let's see if it works. So we can see the way the teams are lining up here. Now, one thing I am thinking with having Lillis, Gazinga, Carbo in the lineup is that maybe their jumping reach might be a decent way for us to look towards scoring some goals. What do we want to say to this? It's time to end this poor run, make this count. I'm wondering if we just need to say, go out there and win it, boys. We expect to win. You're good enough to win. Just go out there and win. It is a huge game, isn't it? At home to a team that is, bottom of the league. It's one that we do need to win. And look at the crowd. The fans have flocked to Tillysburn Park to see this horrible game of football. But we'll see. Can McQuaid win this back? We've got a kick-off highlight. Hopefully, we're not going to continue this terrible run of form. One thing that playing three centre-backs allows us to do as well. Well, that's not the start we wanted, is it? It does allow us to play Sonar on the cover. So that's, in theory, a good thing. Though you wouldn't know it looking at this. And, it couldn't have started much worse for us, could it? Keach, Sonar, could he have gone a little bit closer? The other thing it does help us with as well, Keach is a really, really good defender, but he does have a habit of just sort of running out. So having that third centre-back just allows someone to have someone already there ready to cover in behind. Now, one thing I'm a little bit concerned about is having the three up top like that. We don't really have a defensive midfielder in this lineup just now. So that might be something that becomes problematic for us. But after their start to the game, we haven't seen anything, have we? Looking at the way that they're setting up there, I wonder if something we need to look to do is play with a little bit, or look to use the wide areas a little bit more, perhaps. So we'll try that. What I don't like is anxious players. We've got plenty of those. We'll encourage them. Can we get something before the break? We're in first half stoppage time. We've given it away. Can McQuaid win that back? No, Denham does his best. Ball over the top. Sonar is there. And that's the benefit of having that third centre-back. Sonar gets it forward. He's found Foster. Can Foster pick out one of the big lads in the centre? He cannot. It's blocked away, and are we going to find ourselves down the other end? And there we go again, that extra centre-back. I think it could be the way forward for us. Especially if teams are lumping it forward. You know, we have just that extra man. Here we go with Fergie. Can he pick out Carbo? He has a go. He can't. McQuaid is there. Foster again is in space. Again, Foster. Carbo's got to be offside. Lillis is at the back post. He can't find the back of the net. And that should just about be the half-time break. Well, we're behind in a game that we really don't want to be behind in. And XG would suggest we're deservedly behind as well. They're looking anxious, so let's maybe say we've been unlucky there. We've got faith in you to do a little bit better, boys. And we'll get back out there and... I mean, we really didn't see anything from them outside of the first 20 seconds of the game. Unfortunately, they stuck that ball in the back of the net, and... Can we try to demand more, I wonder? Gazinga's not having a great game there. Okay, so one thing we could look to do now is just go direct. Just get the ball into the penalty area. Maybe play with a little bit more width. Well, no, actually, it's working, isn't it? There was space out in wide areas for us. Let's go counter-press them. Let's try the high line and see if that works for us. They're set. I mean, they're playing well, aren't they? Just as a team, unfortunately for us. All right, here we go. Foster with a throw. In there for Fergie. Back to Foster. Cross comes in. It's a little bit too close to the goalkeeper. And there's the ball forward. Keach brings it down. Keach gets it forward, looking for Fergie. Finds him. Fergie to McQuaid. In the middle there for Carbo. Back to McQuaid. Look at the space Foster's in. We definitely have space in wide areas. There's the cross. Lillis is charging in, and Lillis heads it into equalisation, if that's even a term. That is the most American thing I think I've ever said. Lillis, and it's equalisation for the Welders. A good ball in. This is exactly what we want Lillis to do. He's got a good jumping reach, good heading ability. Curran is having a nightmare. Again, a fullback playing poorly. And it is 1-1. Let's give them some encouragement and see if we can go and turn this thing around in the second half. We've got some defensive work to do first, though. McQuaid is there. Fergie, can he get his foot in there? He cannot. Denham picks it up. No, Sonar picks it up. He lumps it forward to nobody. Oh, it's wonderful to watch. Here we go with Gazinga. Can he get a foot in? No. Lillis. Come on, boys. Come on. Sonar gets beaten. Oh, and they've marched straight through the gap where Sonar should have been. And we're behind again. I'm sure Sonar's on cover, isn't he? He's on cover. Mate, that's not covering. Guys, somebody drop in. Oh, it's terrible. I mean, they're not playing as stoppers. They're just playing as regular defenders. They really should be able to see what's going on there. And this horrible run of form doesn't show any sign of letting up. Curran to Carbo. Lillis. There it is for Curran. Can he do something useful? Come on, Shea. You're supposed to be a good player, mate. There's a decent pass. Carbo's just not quite on his toes ready for it. I wonder if we look to bring on McAllister to play up front. Foster. McQuaid. Back to Foster. I tell you what, Foster's actually had a decent game here, hasn't he? McQuaid. Ball forward. There you go, Fergie. Fergie unleashes. It's off the bar. Carbo's not quite there in time. Do we have somebody else to play left back since Curran is useless? Davidson, all right, mate. Go and have a run at them. Oh, this doesn't look like it's going to go well, does it? Come on, Mulligan. Do something, mate. Do something. This cannot go in. Oh, goes just past. We still have about 4 minutes of stoppage time to play. We'll go very attacking. We'll encourage them. Oh, and we're looking like relegation fodder right now. Another defeat. Sonar's had a decent game. The other two centre-backs haven't. And, well, yeah. At home to bottom of the table, that's a poor one. That is a poor one. But anyway, guys, wait right there. We'll be back to face Crusaders. And, well, is this losing streak ever going to end? Okay, welcome back. Now, the January window has opened, which means we have made signing of Stephen Hughes. Now, you may remember we had agreed this a little while ago. We've signed him basically because he is very, very good physically, very quick. So hopefully we'll see something from him in the future. He's not quite ready just now, I wouldn't have thought. But we'll see how he gets on. Where did he go? He went into the reserves. I wonder if I should put him on the bench for this one, actually. You can see he's played in the Premiership before, did okay there. I might move him into the senior squad. I might put him on the bench for today's game, actually. But that's Stephen Hughes. That's across the line. And we've got a little bit of trouble in that Lan came in for Seth Keach, and he is now very, very upset at us because we didn't let him leave. So that is problematic. You can see they're unhappy that the transfer was blocked. And it does concern me a little bit if we're going to be able to hang on to him here. His contract goes until sort of this time, well, it's 18 months to go, basically. So we'll see what happens, but Seth Keach might be looking a little bit difficult to hang on to. But again, we'll wait and see exactly what becomes of that. But that's first things first. But now we have a game of football to concentrate on. This is against Crusaders.
those playoff places are getting worryingly close. 5 points now we are above them. Crusaders at home is a big, big game for us. This is the team we're sending out. We're expecting a 5-3-2 formation from them. They've got someone there making their debut as well. And this is the team that we're sending out. We're going to go with wingers because we're expecting them to basically play Catenaccio. So just sort of sit back and... sit back and do nothing against this. I'm going to put Hughes on the bench, mainly because his morale is decent, which is more than we can say for a lot of the team, to be honest. You can see morale has taken a hit. One thing I did want to show you, actually, if we can just I'll show you the team first. It's Mulligan in goal, Curran, Keach, Denham, and Doyle as the back four. Leddy, Cutbush, and Allmark in midfield. It's Ap Gareth, what could be his final appearance for us down the right. He is transfer listed. We want to try and get him out if we can. It's going to be Davidson down the left. McAllister goes up top. Now, what I did want to show you, if I can, is the training schedule here. I can't go back to last week. We've had so many games. This training session here will be our first training session in about 2 weeks, just because of the way that the games have been coming in December. Monday, Wednesday, Tuesdays. I mean, we've lost so many training sessions. So it's not ideal, obviously. That goes without saying. And you can see here, we're going to be in a similar situation in the coming weeks because we've got 4 games there without being able to train at all before we get a chance to kind of work on defensive shape again, which is basically what I think we need to do. But yeah, the schedules are not helping us right now, that is for sure. Alright, so we can see the lineups here. Now, you may have noticed too, the reason that so many changes is basically fatigue from that last game, which you may or may not have noticed. Unsure, perfect, that's what we want from our defenders. There's no pressure on you, show everyone what you've got. Can we say that assertively? Let's fist pump, say we have faith in them. Seth Keach, he's going to be a problem, isn't he? That is not ideal. But we'll see what we can do here. I mean, it may work out very nicely that we signed those 2 central defenders if Keach is going to go off and leave. I didn't change the marking assignments. I really hope he doesn't because he's potentially a very good player. Obviously, he's come through the academy as well. Now, it seems a long way off at this point, but those sorts of players, if and when we get into Europe, are going to be absolutely crucial because we will need to have a certain number of club-trained players at the club. So we really do. Anybody that's actually decent, we want to try and hang on to them as much as possible. But, I mean, really, the first thing we need to do here is just make sure that we're staying in this league this season. Main reason of that is because we might get sacked if we don't. But secondly, because it would be a big, big step backwards if we were to go down. We've got a little bit of defensive work to do here. Can Allmark get a foot in somewhere for us? Doesn't look like as of yet. There's a ball forward. Davidson is doing a good marking job there. No way through for them as of yet. There's the cross, edge of the area, and flying into the fans behind the goal. This is a better crowd. Much, much better crowd. It's probably a lot of away fans, you would suspect. XG would suggest that we are getting thoroughly outplayed. And, well, like I say, we don't look a particularly good team right now, and we don't have the training sessions available to try and change it. Morale is taking a massive dent as well. Go out there, give it your best shot. Let's just keep going with that, I suppose. We'll keep the faith. We have faith in you. And, yeah. We could maybe look to get a little bit of game time out of the guys on the bench this second half. We do have a cup game up next against Tobermoor. You'd expect us to be able to beat them, given that they are a third-tier side. Can Davidson get to that? No, not quite. So if players aren't available for that, then that's fine. I'm increasingly caring less and less about the Peaky Blinders Cup and potential European qualification and thinking more and more that we just need to be in this division next year. Ap Gareth, no, can't quite get there. Cross into the box. Keach is beaten in the air. Curran gets it clear. And that ends the highlight. I'm wondering if we should be attacking or not, I'll be honest. Keach over a free kick. Gets it forward, looking for Davidson. Can't quite find him. And we're on the back foot again here. Can Cutbush get a foot in there? Not quite. Allmark, no. They're just looking a little bit too good for us right now. Davidson's coming off his man. He's given him time for a cross. He's measured it up. Mulligan has hit the crossbar with his attempted save. And Ap Gareth, no, they were looking at shambles. Is that Keach? Someone got back there really well and cleared it away.
but the pressure stays on. Keach is playing well, which is encouraging. Curran is just increasingly looking like a muppet, isn't he? Let's give this a pause while I think. What can we do? Okay, let's maybe look. There hasn't been anything out there for us, has there? So let's shorten the passing. Let's raise the tempo if we're not looking for overlaps, and see if that works for us. Do we go and put some pressure on them? Let's try that. I mean, it might be silly. Maybe the situation we're in. Maybe we just need to concentrate on getting points where we can. They've changed the way they're playing. Allmark's gone off injured. Oh, Curran, what are you doing to me, man? All right. First things first. So McQuaid really has to come on. He's the only option, isn't he? Unless we bring Gazinga on. I wonder if Gazinga might be a threat from goal. All right, let's get... I mean, Davidson's not doing anything out there, so we're not going to lose too much by giving the youngster a debut. Let's tell him to go run at people. Yeah, he's already going to do that. That's fine. I mean, McAllister's not having a great game, so let's see if the great man Fergie can come on and rescue this for us late on. We will... the other thing I had to do was change these marking assignments now, didn't I? Because they changed the way they're playing. Left. No, you need to go mark right back because you're on the left side. Gareth. You need to mark the left back, mate. And come on, in what could be your final appearance for us, mate, you've got to produce some late heroics here. We've got a corner to defend. Can we defend it? Oh, Gazinga off the goal line. Well, that sub worked out for us, didn't it? Even if it isn't going to lead to a goal, it saved us one. Ball bouncing around. Gazinga goes out. Can we get a... No, ball in. Doyle heads it away. Here we go with Cutbush. He's got a little bit... He's got a lot of time, a lot of space. He's got three in front of him. Can he pick a pass? Fergie's on the last man's shoulder. Go on. It's Gareth. Gareth, do something for us, Come on, mate. He goes to Letty. Can Letty thread a pass? It's Fergie! Oh! What a miss! Oh, are we going to pay a price? It's away by Doyle. Gazinga has it. Up towards Fergie. Fergie gets a second chance. Fergie's in. Can Fergie win it for us in stoppage time? He can! Matthew Ferguson! It's the 94th minute and he tucks away a really, really good counter-attacking goal. Amazing, amazing stuff. It was hacked clear. One-on-one at the back. It's suicide stuff from Crusaders. And, well, the losing streak... The winless streak, it's looking as though it might be coming to an end here. Wonderful stuff from Fergie. Now let's go and close it down in the closing seconds here. We need to lower that tempo right down. We need to waste time like there's no tomorrow. And, well, there we go. Let's keep pressing them. Let's not let them rest on possession here. And it's a win. It's finally a win at home to the Crusaders. And it's that man, Matty Ferguson, that's gone and won it for us. Well done, boys. Well done. So that just keeps the gap, doesn't it? 7 points out of the playoffs. That's what we need to do. We just need to stay in that lower mid-table part. That is fine. Allmark is relatively seriously injured, so that's a pain in the backside with the fixtures piling up as they are. Hughes makes his debut. Feeney is spotted. He's looking at Doyle and Allmark. Well, he's not going anywhere. Maybe you could take Doyle, actually. There it is. The winless run is broken. And if you have a look at dynamics, you can see it was very poor. It's less poor now. But hopefully, a win in the managerial support is quite good. So that's good to see. Hopefully now we can get a win in this cup game against Tobermoor. That will lift. Look at January. Jesus. Oh, I mean, January is going to be absolutely brutal on us, isn't it? But if we can get a win there, that'll boost morale a little bit more before we get spanked by Linfield and Larne, and then we can try and build and go again. But guys, that'll do it for today. I'll show you the league table. Oh, we just saw the league table. Don't need to worry about that. If you've enjoyed that, thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. If you have any sorts of feedback on what we can do to get a little bit better, let me know. But that seemed to work okay, didn't it? And what do? We come back, I think, Clifton Villa 8th, Dungannon at 10th. They're probably 2 big games for us, aren't they? So we'll come back for those, and they will be games if we can get something from. Well, then we'll start and look up and not down, won't we? Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care.